Good morning, everyone. I'm going to pose a question. Let's say you're on a cruise ship and you're having a good time, and all of a sudden you feel something jars the ship, and you say, oh, something happened, but we're not quite sure. Maybe the engine stopped, or you knew something was amiss, and you hear on the loudspeaker the captain says, we've struck something. I need you to get your life preserver on, get into the lifeboat, or the ship is going down. And you think to yourself, well, this can't be real, but you have a decision to make. Do you get into the ship, or do you forego and you go down with the ship? I'm going to let you know the analogy can be applied to estrangement. Estrangement is like a sinking ship. Someone else has control of the situation, and you can either choose to get into a lifeboat, or you can hang on and you can continue to spiral downward. A majority of parents are all in the same boat. They say, my daughter is estranged, my son is estranged, I am no longer allowed to see the grandkids. They have control. I wait by the phone for a phone call, for a text, for anything, for a happy birthday, just to hear their voice again. I don't know what to do. And you hang on for dear life because you've given someone else control, and you're just going along for the ride, and you'll do anything in your power to try to get them back. And given that fact, a lot of us are sinking. A lot of us are in despair. A lot of us are saying, I can't go on. I don't want to get out of bed. What's the point of living anymore if my kids aren't around? And I'm going to let you know that there is a point of living. There's a point of getting into that lifeboat with other people who simply want to continue living for whatever odd reason. And I'm sure if you can think of one reason in your life outside of your children, you can think of another person. I'm sorry I get so emotional about this. It's very, very challenging, even though it's been so long for me. And it almost feels guilty to continue living without your children because you think, I've always wanted to be a mom. This is what I was meant to be. This is what I had pictured for my life. But sometimes when they walk away, the only recourse we have is to get into a lifeboat with other survivors and paddle as fast as we can to safety. So I know you're struggling, and I know it's challenging, and I know it's really hard to go through life without hearing Mom, Happy Mother's Day, being a part of your grandchildren's lives. And I know it's hard. I know what it's like. But I had to choose to get into a lifeboat and paddle, and I had to do everything in my power, which sometimes there's certain days you feel like you have no strength to get out of bed. How am I going to get out of bed? What I had to do was choose to live, not just for me, but for the other people in my life that I had not yet met, the other people that I was allowed to be a part of, the friendships that I had, the relationships I had with family and other children. Life doesn't begin and end with children. It's a significant part, of course, because we sacrifice a year for them, and we sacrifice a majority of our lives for them up until they're 18, and then maybe they're still around and maybe they're not. But I just want to say that I'm going to beg you, please get in the lifeboat. Please don't allow your estranged children to take you down with the ship. There's nothing worse in life than us depending on someone else for our happiness, our joy, peace, etc. We can gain peace through relationships, but the joy and peace in my life, number one, comes from me and the people and things I invest in, my animals, my home, etc. So create a space that is a life-saving measure for you. Create a happy home, and you'll find you will dig yourself out of that hole. and not go down with the ship and be left as remnants at the bottom of the ocean. So that's all I wanted to talk about, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.